to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
It's Saturday night, and here we go. Another windy evening finds us tucked away in the war room in the high desert of southern Idaho. I have got Mark here today, and
hello,
Mr. Sultry, Mr.
Good
Tarver,
evening.
Mr. Elegant,
Mr.
himself.
Tarver, bringing the salt.
Good evening.
Tarver, this is a gun podcast, not a dating show.
Hey, man, you got to do it where you can, man.
You got to get it. Oh, so what have you guys been up to lately? What about you, Mark?
Just been working and
You sound so excited about
trying to
working.
I try to play, but it just, I don't know, end up working.
Yeah, I don't know. This week, they're just all these weeks are starting to blend together anymore.
Yep. I don't know.
Did you shoot guns? Did you sell gun?
No. Oh, you know what? I do. Shoot. No, I do remember something I was going to talk about with you.
Okay.
We can keep it for later, but no, I sold.
Am I in
sold a
trouble?
couple. No, it's actually from your class last weekend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, selling guns. Hunting season's kind of. I mean, there's still some stuff going on, but it's wrapping up.
Yeah,
so
I gave up.
people are coming back in the store, and we're selling them again. So we're back to rocking and rolling.
Selling a lot of duck loads, duck shot,
yeah, waterfowl stuff,
duck stamps.
yeah, lots of duck stamps, few shotguns. Still people buying the hunting rifles and the handguns though.
I ran around. I went out. I butchered one of my 3 turkeys, and I ran around with a shotgun and blew its freaking head off and cut it up, put it in my freezer. I didn't want to catch it and cut its head off. That just gets freaking messy. At least I can shoot it with the 12 gauge. I can run the other direction as it flops around.
Yeah, you scared of it?
It spews blood everywhere.
It will chase you.
Shoot a turkey with a shotgun made in Turkey. I'm just saying.
There you go. That's with my my Mossberg.
Oh, okay.
My Mossberg made in America.
You're good then.
Made in America.
You didn't shoot it with the AR?
No, there's lots. I got lots of stuff in the background. Dogs,
It's
neighbors.
too dirty. It won't shoot.
I'm not a good shot with a rifle, dude. So what I did is I cornered it. And
Kind of pointing at the ground, ain't you? I mean, you're not turkey on the horizon.
That was a big ass turkey.
Okay.
You saw my turkey. He was big. He was big.
He was vicious too.
Kind of cornered him.
Mean ass turkey.
He was. He jumped. He was. He ate one of the ducks.
One of them.
Oh my goodness.
He ate all of them.
So,
We were missing some baby ducks. Tarver saw him like attacking the baby ducks, and then I went out there like later on that night, and he had like a big lump in his throat. I think he freaking ate one.
oh wow.
So,
Cannibal turkey.
Yeah, he's horrible. So I cornered him, kind of walked around with my shotgun at the ready until he got in the corner where I could shoot, and then I just raised it up and took
Well, I
care
guess
of
you'll know when you
business.
eat your turkey and it tastes like duck. I mean, I guess
Yeah, that's what I told him. Duck-fed turkey.
that's how you get a turducken.
That
or
was-
whatever.
you stole the punchline. That's what I was going to say. It got me your turducken with none of the extra work.
That's right.
Well, what have you done, Mr. Tarver?
I haven't done anything.
You haven't done anything. Have you shot your Canic yet?
I have not.
Why not?
I've been working.
You should have brought it tonight. It's a little windy, but targets are up.
Yeah. I started to, but I didn't know. I was still supposed to bring that shotgun too and put off a couple on it, but I hadn't.
We're going to get to the point where if we actually want to shoot before the podcast, we're going to have to start doing the podcast earlier.
Yeah.
It's going to start
Well,
being...
No, we won't. Daylight savings time. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, unless you want to do it early in the morning, we got plenty of light. That's not going to happen, I don't think so. But so nothing.
No, I'm really busy. You know how it is at the end of the month, man. Last couple weeks of the month.
We talked about you in the last podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Did you listen?
I listened to it.
We mentioned you numerous times.
Really?
Yep,
I have to listen to it again.
you're going to have to.
Maybe I was thinking on. I'm working when I listen to it, so maybe I was, I don't know, occupied with something else on my mind because I didn't hear anything.
Did anyone make it out to the gun show?
Negative.
There's a gun show.
Yes, it's taking place in Filer right now.
Yeah, you told me about that.
It
Sounds real
A
exciting.
lot of overpriced dragon blades.
Sweet.
Louis L'Amour books and really old ammo and
Yeah.
and nylon holsters. I'm sure that's what it's full of.
35 or 25, 35 ammo that you
I
just can't find anywhere.
I go there like once a year. They have it like 2 or 3 times a year. I go there once a year, and I've been doing that for the last, I don't know even how long. And they got the same, I think it's still got the same dust on it. Freaking guy that's got like just a ton of revolvers laid out on the table. Like 3, 4, 5 of these tables, just the box open and the gun on the box. The box open and the gun on the box. The same revolver, the same freaking Kel-Tex. You name it, man. I don't know that he ever sells any.
Any of them worth anything?
No. And they're all like overpriced by like $50 to $100, I think.
Probably.
Plus the $7 it costs you to get in the door.
Yeah, that's a giant scam.
Yeah, I can't believe they do that. I mean, you're going in there to buy stuff. They should just be open to the public.
No.
I mean, you pay to walk in.
It's like taxes.
That's why I cannot have a Costco membership. I refuse. I'm not paying a membership to come in and shop. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
I get his point. I mean,
And it don't matter if it's only $50. It's the principle.
I do, but I got mine through Patriot Defense, and I need a write-off anyway.
Okay.
But I can go buy toilet paper by the bulk.
Well, if I need bulk toilet paper, I'm going with you.
If you need anything at Costco, you can go in with me. My wife just went and bought a bunch of security cameras there.
oh, did you
today.
find some?
So that's what I got going on. Okay, I got something weird happening here at my place.
Ghosts?
I don't know. So we have our big area out there where we keep all our birds.
Yeah.
And my son's in charge of that, and he goes out there and feeds them and collects the eggs and whatnot. We got a little shed out there too, and we probably should start closing it up. But this time here we blocked the door open. Well, I've had some people move in over here in this little trailer house over here.
Oh.
And there's part of the gate that chickens can get out of, but we have this big cooler filled full of water or rocks or something that we push up against there. And the gate latches, and you push the cooler up against a little hole so that they can't get out.
Yeah.
And my son hates chasing the freaking chicken. You get a chicken loose on 2 acres, it's no fun trying to get it back in the pen.
He'll come back sooner or later.
So he hates it. So he keeps it blocked. Like he yells at me if I move it. And I came home the other day, and at the end of the day at work, and everything looked good. I left to go to CrossFit, came back. All 3 of the chickens were out. The cooler was moved. 3 of that was blocked. 3 of the chickens were out, and all my turkeys and my ducks were locked in my building. Like the door was shut and latched. And I was thinking, well, that's kind of weird. So 2 more times I came home during the week, and that they weren't locked in the building, but the cooler was moved, and all my freaking chickens were out. And on the days that we're here all day, it doesn't happen. So like it didn't happen today. But when someone's not here, it happens.
Interesting.
And so anyhow, I live at the end of the freaking road. You don't come down here unless you're the farmer and you're irrigating, and he's not irrigating this time of year.
No. Yeah.
And so we went and bought some little cameras and some stuff, and just to we've been talking about it anyway. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if they're in there trying to steal eggs. I mean, nothing's missing.
I don't know. They got kids moving in over there?
I don't know who moved in. There's cars down there now, and there's lights on at night.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know who's in there, but I don't know. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're only a few steps away from somebody wandering around in your house when you're not there.
Really, honestly. Yeah. I mean, that's the truth. So, yeah, my wife went to Costco and bought a bunch of stuff, and we got a doorbell camera now and all kinds of crap that I guess I gotta have to install tomorrow in the rain. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what she's got going on for me, but
Are they wireless or?
Yeah, we got the Arlo Pro. We didn't go with the 2. Yeah. But we got the Arlo Pro. Good. So
those are good ones.
She's pretty. Those had actually better reviews than the 2s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The 2s have a better
what's the
image,
2s?
I think, but that's it.
Well, they have the better image, but or gun show, I guess we're talking about security, but online people were talking about how they would drop connection all the time.
Okay.
And they'd have to go and they'd have to like shut them off and turn them back on. And the only downside of the Arlo Pros was it was only 720, which I'm fine with that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
What do you need?
Yeah.
4K?
4K, that's right.
720 is fine, man. That's HD.
My criteria was wireless.
Yeah.
And I needed to be able to pull up an app on my phone to look at the cameras. That's pretty. And with the Arlo Pros, you can stick a
memory stick.
memory stick in there to record whatever they see. Where the 2s, according to what she read, the 2s you actually had to pay a service.
Oh, okay.
Like $20
right
a month to record anything. So
okay. Yeah. Well,
anyhow,
that's good that you found those though. That's
she went and bought them at Costco and talked to a guy when she was checking out at Costco that said he got them and now his whole neighborhood has them and they absolutely love them. And if he wants to add on, he just goes and buys 1 or 2 off the internet and adds to it. It'll handle up to like 8.
I know somebody that like they put one up on a light pole right at the end of their cul-de-sac. There's like a street light there, and they put their camera way up there
just to see who.
Yeah, and it shines right on their driveway.
Oh yeah.
Well, they've got 2 incidences recorded where somebody's come up and tried to get in their vehicle.
Oh yeah.
And so I mean, obviously it's hidden pretty well where nobody sees it. But
so yeah, I'm pretty excited to actually get those up.
I might have to get one of those myself.
I actually thought about. I told her, I said, if it doesn't reach that far, I'm going to get my freaking. It's not hanging on the wall in here. I got my freaking trail cam. I may set it up over there by the gate and see what the hell's going on. Yeah. I'm not mad. I'm more curious than anything because it's got to be a human moving that freaking cooler. The cooler, we blocked that hole all summer long and nothing moves that damn thing. Nothing. The wind won't move it and nothing moves it. My dogs are not out. Yeah. The dogs we have dead chickens. I mean, if there was a dog or an animal.
Fox or
Yeah. So I don't know. Something weird going on.
Yep.
Well, that's one of the negatives about being isolated in the country is you have less eyes around. People feel more free to roam around.
You do, but I mean, you live in town and you get stuff happening too. You got people walk neighborhoods and case cars too.
Yeah.
So you got your pros and your cons. So there was it's kind of, we didn't really know what we were going to talk about today, but here we go. There was this guy on the line. His name, he called himself Fairfall. Have you? Okay.
No.
He was from Argentina when Argentina crashed hard.
Oh yeah. No, you talking about Selco, huh?
Fairfall?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, he wrote. I don't know. He wrote some stuff up, and I actually printed it off. And he talked about he lived it.
Oh yeah. I know that. I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, and he had really cool. I mean, some of the stories are very, very interesting. He said that some of the people that when the downturn and everything happened, that they thought they were safer. They lived out in the country. They lived out on farms, and really, some people were if you were smart about it. But what would happen is people would. The bad guys or whoever would come out there, they would try to rob them. And then they were stuck in their freaking house with these guys, and they would torture them and rape them and do whatever for hours and hours and hours, and no one knew about it. No one could hear them. No one was there to help, and they just eventually kill them and take what they wanted and leave. Yeah. After days or weeks. So I don't know. Pretty interesting. I guess you want to call this the Patriot Defense Prepper podcast.
Prepper.
No, the guy I was thinking Selco. He was in Bosnia.
Okay.
During their conflict.
I've actually know some Bosnians, and they would actually probably come on here and tell some pretty interesting stories.
Were they there during the?
Some of them were. Yeah, I worked with a lot of them over at one of the plants.
If you could get them to talk, they would tell you some interesting stuff.
I know one guy that would. He'd have some interesting stories, but I know he has some funny stories as well. Like him and his buddy. I hate to butcher this story, but him and his buddies, and because they were young, they were just kids,
right?
And they would go around all like the military and the army, and they'd like steal like rounds and guns, and they'd try to like take the gunpowder out. I mean, all kinds of stuff. He kept getting busted by the military because they kept stealing stuff from him. The kids would.
Don't sound like they did too much to him, though.
No, I mean, I don't know. His name's Bompa. I should bring him on, and actually that would make for a cool podcast.
Just hearing some of the stuff that went on from some of the people that were there.
Oh yeah.
You're not ready for this.
No.
You're not ready.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I've
talked to quite a few of them, and I will tell you, it's really good to talk to some of the older Bosnians that live in this area. They have got some they make the freaking delicious desserts, man. They can make desserts like nobody's freaking business. And their food, they got some awesome food they make with like meat, and it's oh god, sausage, and that is good stuff. If you ever know a Bosnian guy and he offers to buy you or make you some cevapi, do not pass on it.
I'll never remember what it is.
Oh my gosh, I'll buy you some. I'll buy us some one of these days. I'll bring it in. I know where to go get it. It's good stuff. But their desserts, they make it all with like Nutella. This is a gun show. It's not.
Is there a restaurant in Twin? Yeah, I ordered a lot of stuff from them. It was all kind of bland.
Oh, the stuff I got was, you got to know what to order though.
Okay, because I've just ordered all kinds of stuff.
The tilapia. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyhow, firearms. What? Okay, thoughts from behind the gun counter.
Thoughts from behind the gun
Mark.
counter. This one's not from,
Every thought. This is.
It is somewhat. I agree with it. So I guess it is from me, but this is mostly from Dan.
Okay.
His thoughts is, I mean, we hate to be negative, but this is the way it's going to be. We
Way
get
to
a lot
put
of
your
people,
foot down.
We get a lot of people calling, shopping over the phone. Type
No,
stuff.
but he does that in
Nobody
retail.
does
What are you
that
talking
now.
about? It's called
anyway,
Google, people.
They'll call in and say, "Hey, do you got the, 300 Win Mag, 180 grain ELDX Hornady or whatever?" We say, "Okay, let me go check." And
That's always fun.
we go look, and we're like, "Okay, we've got the American Whitetail, and we've got the SST. That's the only thing we got."
Well,
in
what's
Hornady.
the difference?
No,
Is
it's
that
not
what they
that.
say?
It's we get back on the line, and we're like, "Okay, so we've got the only thing we got in Hornady is the American Whitetail and the SST rounds." And they say, "So you don't have the ELDX?" And we're kind of like wanting to say, "Did we say we did?"
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of that kind of stuff going on, and it's like, if you are going to shop over the phone and get prices and find out, what they might have or what we might have, at least you could do is listen to what we, our response to it.
Yeah. I hate retail. I used to work retail.
Yeah, and that's pretty much retail. It's not just gun counter stuff, but it seems like it just gets worse with gun stuff because they're so specific as to what they're looking for.
Do you find that your tolerance just kind of starts going down after a while?
A little bit.
Yeah.
When you answer the phone so many times and everybody's asking how late you're open,
if you go online and you punch in DB Supply Twin, it'll give you the hours.
You the hours. Yeah.
It's
It'll
crazy.
give you the address.
They went online to get the phone number.
Exactly. That's even worse. Exactly. It says right underneath the phone number what your hours are.
Because nobody has a phone book anymore.
No.
So anyway, that was something that Dan brought up. Another thing Dan brought up, he thought it would be really funny. I don't know if I should even mention it because he kind of wants to just do it.
Well, it's up to you, man.
He wants to come to your class.
Oh, hell.
And he wants to. So his boy somehow, some way picked up a tank target. So this tank target is like, just massively huge.
Right.
And he was going to show up to your class with a tank target and be like, "Well, where can I put this up at?" Go out to the range and just be like, "Where can I put up my target?"
I'm here for class. Let's
here for
go.
class.
Where do you find a tank target?
Apparently, his son picked it up down in Arizona or something like that.
Arizona.
No, I know exactly where it was. It was Idaho Falls at the Army Surplus store.
Oh,
They had this giant. They think it's a tank target because it's so.
I'm going to
big.
tell you, Army surplus stores are so fun. There's
Yeah.
a big one down in, what's it called? It's in Utah. You know which one I'm talking about, right? It's a huge
Where's it around, like Lehigh or?
I hate Utah, so I
Oh.
don't even know. I forget the name of it, but it's huge. I went in, my dad was buying some kind of like shelving units or some crap.
Huh.
But I went in there and they have that's where I got my little grenade paperweight over there.
Mm-hmm.
Dunn and Edwards or something Edwards. I can't
Okay.
remember. But I think it's Dunn and Edwards, I think. You go in there and they got these like missile boxes, and you open them up and they're these huge plastic, cases. They're massive.
Yeah.
And they got the egg crate in. I've always wanted to get one and cut out a spot for each of my pistols and my show up to the freaking range and my AR, and all my, because you could put everything in there. Things like a little longer than this table. is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Dan kind of was having a few thoughts, and I don't know if I was supposed to mention the tank target thing, but he was kind of like, "Hey, bring this up on the podcast." Next time he does that, I'm going to tell him, "Hey, just come on the podcast and you bring it up."
All you got to do nowadays is we got to, if you noticed, I've kind of branched out with the people that show up here, and it's just because some of us, we have family, you've got work sometimes or family stuff, and same with you, and same with me. So it's just easier to have more people. Now, if we all showed up, we're going to be screwed. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't ever happen.
Be getting in back of the line, waiting our turn on the microphone.
Yeah, we're gonna be flipping for it.
Yeah,
4 hour
take a number,
podcast.
please. Take a number.
Now, if I can get a mixer in here sometime, we can plug in a lot more. But no, if he ever wants to come on, just let me know, and I'll save him. I'll save him a mic. I just need to know ahead of time.
Right.
He can even call in now.
He can call. Well, you can call in, but we still lose the mic because I still have an input
for the call-in.
The call-in.
But,
see what I'm saying? But we're working on fixing that. So I am. I had this. I don't know. I'm spending a little bit of money. I'm trying to. I've looked around, and I'll get you guys' opinion on this. These people on the podcast listening, the folks listening may not like this, or maybe they have some ideas for me. But Patriot Defense is pretty well situated here. People, you hear a lot of like Patriot Defense. People know Patriot Defense. They know the gun guy in Buell. That's kind of what I'm known as. I mean,
that's not good, man. That's not when you get busted for something.
The gun guy in Buell. But there's a couple newer companies in town that do this as well. But I'm pretty well established. I'm on the radio, so a lot of people hear me on the radio and whatnot. So I've got this. And I hate to even refer people to it. As you can tell, I do not. I got this poor, sad, miserable website. One that I built myself, 5 years ago. And I went ahead and I got with a company that actually will build a nice one for me. And they know what they're doing. And they can funnel the podcast to the website. They can funnel my radio show that I do to the website. And it's going to be nice pictures, all that crap. So I was looking at that, thinking it's time for me to expand a little bit. I need to figure out how to market, how to get my name out some more. And I was poking around on Google. Man, the guerrilla marketing's pretty cool. Have you guys ever looked up anything called guerrilla marketing? Mm-mm. It's where you market for cheap and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. When I was doing guerrilla marketing, you wasn't doing it digitally though.
Right.
It was so, different time.
I don't know. Anyhow, I'm just trying to I don't know. It's time for Patriot Defense to kind of have a makeover, and just kind of revamp it and get it out there.
Ambush makeover, or just making it makeover?
Ambush makeover.
Overhaul.
Overhaul.
There we go.
That's the word. The manly word, overhaul.
There we go.
So, and I need to call and check on them, but all those Sims rounds, my stuff should be in.
I've been talking about that for a while.
And dude, they were on back order, and they said November sometime. So, I mean, it could be any time. Been waiting on my new service truck for work too. Show up anytime. Maybe it'll show up with all the Sims.
So I did have a guy ask about. He was mentioned he was going to take the Utah,
legal heat.
Legal heat, yes. And I just grabbed your card and I said, "Do yourself a favor and just do it all at once."
It's cheaper too. I'm cheaper.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, it's cheaper. And I just kind of slid the card across the counter. And he
like it.
He goes, "You can do it all at once?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I said, instead of just doing the legal portion, you can do the legal and the shooting portion all in one day.
I appreciate that.
And the guy says, "Okay." And he grabs the card.
Thanks for doing me a solid, man.
Yeah. I thought, well, why waste your time?
So I went into Sportsman's Warehouse and I talked to him about that and tried to become, tried to go be nice about it. Say, hey, who do I get a hold of? What do I need to do to do the shooting portion? Oh yeah, take the bits. They took my business card. Oh yeah, we're looking for someone. You'd work great. I will have someone get a hold of you. You can answer their questions, fill out the paper, whatever you need to do. Show proof of insurance, all that stuff. That was 3.5 weeks ago. I haven't heard anything, and so I went from telling people, hey, just so you know, you do have the option of coming to me to do your shooting portion, to now on the radio show on Friday, I just flat out came out and said, hey, by the way, if you get your classroom portion with legal heat, you don't have to go wherever they're going to send you. You can come to me. and just let them know, man. I'll fit people in. In fact, I just talked to a guy earlier today. He's going to do a shooting portion with me. He's going to do it this Saturday. He's going to come in at 1:30 to the last half of the class, and we're just going to do the shooting portion with the rest of everyone else. All right. I'll get people in. We'll get it done. So. Yeah.
I don't understand why people want to throw away 2 days.
Well, 2 days and about,
come on, man, let's wrap this thing up.
And about $30 more bucks.
Mm-hmm. I'll pay more to do it in 1 day. Just get it over with.
I know.
Got all my requirements? Cool.
Yeah. Just get it done.
Give my ninja license and turn it into the sheriff.
Your ninja license. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping it's starting to pick up a little bit more. I'm getting a lot of calls in the last week or so. So I think harvest is getting close to being over with, and deer season, elk season, that's getting close. Around, so we'll hopefully I'll start selling some gift certificates for Christmas here pretty quick.
You do gift certificates, huh?
I do gift certificates. So that's something you can talk about over at D&B. They get a hold of me. They can pay for a class. I get them a certificate, and you can give the gift of self-defense for Christmas to a loved one. So
nice.
I know. I
want
to get these Sims in, dude. I
got the hamster wheel turning.
There you go. I'm so excited to get these Sims around in and get together and put classes together and get this up and rolling, man. I talked to my attorney and told him I was getting ready to do another liability waiver, and his eyes lit up. So. But
did they light up or did they glaze over?
They lit up. He's thinking the last liability waiver I had from someone else cost me like $800.
Wow.
Time it was all said and done. So this guy. He's whatever. Yeah. It'll cost freaking money, I suppose. Well, you want to write me one up, Tarver?
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll Google you one.
I'll give you $200.
Find somebody else's and change your name for theirs. There you go.
So who was O.J. Simpson's lawyer? No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. So when we get these classes put together, you can start talking about the Sims at work, man.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
So speaking of your classes,
yes,
we had between Dan and I, we talked to this gal that took your class last Saturday. I think it was last Saturday. Anyway, I have a feeling I know exactly which one it was too. The one that you mentioned.
Yeah, she called me
the
yesterday.
Firearms and stuff. Yeah,
startling her.
I didn't get her name, so.
But she was startling her though.
Oh, startling her. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes. That was, and I think that might have been her.
Okay.
She had a whole note list. You'd given her some
ideas,
suggestions on maybe what to look for,
right.
for a firearm.
Yeah,
she'd had a concealed permit for 20 years.
Yes.
And never even carried a gun.
Yes. Yeah, that would be her.
Okay.
She got a hold of me, and we're actually going to come in, and she had questions about a revolver and some different things. Mm-hmm. And we'll probably come back in and talk to you guys. And I actually started telling her about the 380 EZ.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that would be perfect.
She looked at it, and she liked it, but she just said it was just too big, she thinks. But
the 380 EZ?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dan kind of pushed her towards the bodyguard, little smaller.
Right.
I think she kind of narrowed it down to between the bodyguard and the airweight Smith & Wesson.
Okay, so did she come in yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, so she must have come in after she talked to me on the phone. Yeah. And I think we're going to get together, and I've got a buddy who's got a 380 EZ, and I'm going to borrow it.
Don't you have that airweights, the one that we shot through the purses?
Yeah.
So I thought you might.
She's going to shoot we're going to shoot a bunch of different ones. I told her just come on over, no charge. You just come over and we can find out something that works for her.
She was there for probably 2 hours. I mean,
grief.
Yeah, she was really.
She's serious.
She's doing her homework. I mean, which is good, and I don't mind. I don't have any problem.
Yeah.
Answering any questions she has.
She'll buy something.
I like that somebody does their homework,
and she'll buy something from you guys. Yeah. I'm pretty sure of it.
Okay.
So we just gotta find something that works for her.
What caliber is the airweight you got?
The airweight I got's a 38 special.
Okay.
So I've got that, so she can shoot that, and then I've got another one that it's not mine, but it's like an LC. It's an LCR, and she could shoot that as well.
Is that the one you're trying to sell? Maybe.
They wanted to sell it. They wanted me to buy it, and I said, "Well, I'm not in a place right now because I got all this other stuff ordered and I haven't pulled the funds out of my account for it yet." So I said, "Here, take it back." No, you keep it. So it's in my safe. So I'm not considering it mine, obviously.
Right.
But if she wants to come over, she could put a couple rounds through it, I'm sure.
Well, I got one if that goes back anyway.
Okay, yeah, because I just like this lady to be very sure what she needs and get it. It's another
She
good.
sounds like she's very interested in it,
She is,
and I'm really glad that she's doing her homework on it, because
yeah,
too many people just go in and impulse buy,
yeah.
and then they don't like what they're doing, and then eventually they just don't like doing it. Period.
So
That's me.
So that's you impulse buy.
I just buy tons of them. I'm like, I don't like it. It's crap.
So what's the impulse? Say impulse buy. So what have you? Not just crazy. Someone's got a bunch of money or extra money to burn. They just come buy something silly. What is the? I'm sure you see it all the time. What is the worst? So, someone comes in, they want to buy their first gun, or they want to buy a gun, and what's the worst thing you've seen? Like this person says, I want to concealed carry gun, and what's the craziest gun you've seen them get, and you're thinking that's not going to work for you, but they're just dead set on buying it.
It's usually the LCPs.
The LCPs.
Yeah, because they're just so tiny, and everybody's so fascinated with how tiny they are.
And the triggers suck.
But what they don't realize is, unless you've shot a handgun, fairly, quite a bit, or just a little bit, that LCP is just gonna
jump out
ruin
of your
you. Yeah,
freaking hand.
Because there's nothing to hold on to. I mean, and that's the thing is, like, get good with the full size gun, or even a compact or something. Get good with that, and then work your way down. That's
the way to do it.
Don't start small and work up. It's like backwards with handguns, really.
Yeah. Well, and you got people. What they do is they start with a small one, small short barreled gun, and then they start to shoot it. And they don't realize it. You're off just a hair on this end. By the time the shorter the barrel is, you're off just a hair.
Yeah.
By the time your round hits the target, you're off by like 6 inches.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. It's just it's just basic geometry.
I explained that to her, about that sight radius,
right?
Because she was looking at the bodyguard, and I said, "Well, see the difference between the front and the rear sight on the bodyguard to the easy, the 380 easy,
right?
You're gonna, the easy is gonna be more accurate just in the sights alone, but
right. I don't know. With the revolvers, depending on the gun, I'd have to look at it and stuff. The sights on a lot of these revolvers are just like
there's nothing there.
There's like non-existent almost, and that's granted. She wants a point and shoot, but granted, I think she's still going to need to use the sights for other things.
She was looking for a laser. Once Dan or me showed her the laser, she kind of got hooked on that laser, and I was trying to I wasn't like dissuading her from it completely, but I told her, don't ever rely on it,
Right.
Learn to shoot without it also.
Laser is a great training tool, but lasers and even the optics you stick on handguns, I've seen people on my buddy, he shoots competitions, and he started using the red dot. Just that's what he used.
Yeah.
And they're fun to shoot. They're weird. I can shoot them, but I don't like them. But he started shooting, and he goes, Todd, I took it off the other day, and I used another gun. Yeah. He goes, I had to go back to my iron sights, and it's like I didn't know what I was doing. And he's like, I've been using this optic too much. And sometimes people will just pick it up, get the optic first thing, they start shooting, or they depend on the laser, and they don't ever learn how to use the freaking sights.
Right.
You've got to learn how to use your iron sights.
You can't become dependent on that laser. I mean, you just can't.
Right.
So, it, like you said, it is a great training tool. And I told her, the reason why and everything. But and if she wants the laser, that's fine. I'm not, against it. I just there are pros and cons to it to me, I think.
Oh, there are. I love to see people in class fire up a laser, and they think they're cool. They fire up a laser, and I'm looking over. They're going, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah.
They fire up the freaking laser, and
things just
you see that thing. You see that thing
all over the place,
and I'm like, "Bang!" And the sucker jumps clear off the freaking target. You got to get a little closer to the mic there, Mark. There you go.
Oh, you missed.
So I don't know. It's kind of, and then some guy pulled the laser, turned the laser on his gun, and the thing was, I don't know if you were there for that class or not. That thing was dead on. And I've never seen a laser be that on. And
was it in the range, in the indoor range?
No, it was out here. It was out here. And he was like, it was perfect, man.
Yeah, as long as your batteries don't go out on you.
Exactly.
Another thing about small guns, too, though, is just like that DB9, it's small.
Yeah.
It is painful to shoot.
I almost want to buy that from you.
I might sell it to you.
I'm serious.
It's brutal to shoot. You go through a few rounds and you're like, man, forget this thing. It's a gut gun.
Oh yeah,
So-
very much so.
Yeah, it's small, but
You
gotta
know,
watch those
another
small
thing that you
things.
see, it's not just the little guns; it's the colored guns, like the Skies.
Oh,
and that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
They put all the effort and the fit and finish into the color, and they, they ignore
but that's
everything else.
one of the biggest impulse buys, though, and they know
Yeah.
it. Like the manufacturers know that,
Oh yeah.
because most of the ladies will come in. I mean, I hate picking on the ladies.
I want a
but-
pink gun. I want a
But they
purple
walk
gun.
by and they're like, "Ooh, it's a purple gun!" And
Tiffany blue.
They freak out.
Tiffany blue.
I'm like, yeah, but for the same price, you could get into that gun, and it's a better gun.
Oh yeah.
But they don't care. They just want the purple. They don't plan that they're ever going to have to use it. Is the thing.
right.
oh, they got Hello Kitty AR-15s and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like to shoulder my AR-15 and go, "Hello, Kitty." Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did that go out on that? Probably went. I probably shouldn't have said that.
So-
All the
Oh, you're
animal lovers.
Yep.
I've just lost them all.
Yep. PETA. People for the eating of tasty animals.
Yeah. But
that's what kills me about PETA. They kill more. The biggest slaughterhouse in America, the biggest, what do you call it, where they cremate them, is owned by PETA.
Oh.
They bring in all them pets and then kill them. They can't afford to keep them.
stuff them.
Anyway, went down a rabbit hole, but yeah, they killing more animals than anybody. It's all a fundraiser.
So how much are you going to sell me your DB9 for?
I don't even know. I hadn't even considered it.
What is
I don't even know what they cost. See, it's hard for me to give somebody a price on stuff. I'm like, how much you pay for that? I'm like, shit, I don't know, $200, $1,000. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you.
How much is a DB9 worth?
Shoot, I don't know. We
They
had, I don't know, we had umpteen of them come in, but they were all for the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. So it was
Oh, they're giving away quality over
yeah,
there.
no, they give away real good quality.
They're
there.
raffling off quality
Yep.
over the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation.
So, yeah, I don't remember how much they are. We haven't had any in since. I'm just
That'd be one of those like novelty guns.
I'll buy novelty guns. They had a handgun that was a single shot. I'm sure you've seen it, know what it is. 223 round. If they could have got 2 more rounds in that thing,
That's the one that was like a
I'd have
little
bought
like
it.
kind of flatter. It was
ugly as awful. It's
Yeah,
just
it's a
awful.
handgun that fires 223,
Yeah.
man.
It's in the handle. It's awful. It's just not shaped right. It's wide and thin, and it's gross. But I'd have bought it just because it was ridiculous.
Oh,
If they
man.
could have got 2 more rounds in it, I don't want it for a single round.
that'd be a handful, man.
Oh yeah,
I'd be curious to see what just the fire that comes out the end of that thing. It was awful. And then they had the green handles and stuff. Ooh, it was terrible,
It was
man.
purty. So you selling lots of those camouflage tie points for Christmas?
not yet.
Not yet.
No, I'm sure it's probably coming though.
They got camouflage high points.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
oh yeah, pink like the Muddy
Like
Girl camo and
Muddy
the
Girl
digital
camo,
and-
purple, digital, green,
Yeah, I think we talked about that before.
snow camo.
No, I'm just anxious to see what's going to happen the Black Friday sale because apparently we're going to have
Oh, you having a Black Friday
pretty
sale in there?
monstrous, yeah. And it's first like the only time ever that,
D&B's going to be part of Black Friday?
yeah, because of the guns, pretty much. But
Whoa.
What is it, half a day? It's the kind of thing?
I hope so because I don't
Probably
want it to go the whole day.
Probably start at like 2:00 in the morning.
Well, no, we're going to keep regular hours, I think, but it's supposedly there's some pretty good deals.
When do you find out? We gonna get the
Probably
inside?
weeks before, a couple weeks.
We gonna get
before.
the inside scoop?
Yeah, I know of a couple already that they're not guns that I would want personally, but they are a really good deal. I mean, it's just kind
Are
of.
they guns that I'd want?
I don't think so.
Uh,
You might.
I don't know.
The
money
one's
for
got a
that.
threaded barrel, and I mean, it would be the cheapest threaded barrel gun you'd ever buy. But
A high point.
Don't-
If you got a high point with a threaded barrel, I want it.
Don't tell me.
I'm buying
Don't
it.
tell me
I'm
that.
getting it.
Don't tell me that SCCY's coming out.
No,
with
no.
the barrel.
no, it's a rifle, so don't worry about that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
It's just a little 22 rifle, but it,
Have you seen the new Ruger like precision 22 rimfire rifles?
yeah.
Those things look awesome.
No, the trigger on them is amazing. It is.
Oh, you guys have one?
Oh yeah, it is amazing trigger on them.
They're only like $300 or $400, aren't
Yeah,
they?
you barely. They're $440 or something like that. You
I want
barely
one.
touch
I
that
think
trigger.
I want one.
I mean, it's a 2-stage deal where it has the AccuTrigger type stuff.
Right.
But you put any pressure on that. It's just it goes.
That thing looks like it'd just be awesome.
A precision rifle.
Ruger
Yeah,
precision
22.
rifle in 22. That thing looks like it's a blast.
Big old heavy barrel on it.
For $400.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like the full chassis system. It still uses the 1022 magazines, bolt action, but adjustable stock.
It looks cool. I'm not trying to.
No, that's cool.
One of the other stores in town posted a picture of it up on his page, and it looks. He had all the goodies on there.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little bipod. He had
Right.
a freaking suppressor screwed onto the end. That thing looked awesome.
I got a 22 suppressor.
Yeah, that thing looked. Literally, it makes me want to actually go and buy one for me and my kid. Man,
Yeah.
they look like they'd just be a blast.
I kind of like the Ruger 22 takedown with the Magpul stock on it.
right.
It's like short, folds up into itself, carries extra magazines in the stock.
That'd be cool.
It's a nice. That's the one I would go for, but that's just me. I don't really need a precision 22.
I just think they'd be cool, man.
It is cool, but
I don't. That's the one thing I do not have is a good 22 rifle. All my 22
neither.
rifles are. I have that Cricket up there, which is no good anymore because someone pushed a lock on it, and I can't find the freaking key to unlock the damn thing.
Shoot it off.
Shoot it off. I can't even close the bolt, and then I've got some like Sears and Roebuck 22. The trigger's like, but that'd be so much fun.
yeah, they're. I'm sure they're accurate. The trigger alone is, it's a super nice trigger.
I want to use it out here, and those doves that are like the ones you can have
the
like
Eurasians?
The Eurasian doves. I'd love to have it out here, and I just pop the heads off those Eurasian doves all day. I eat dove all the time.
Yeah,
I have so many freaking doves around here.
yeah,
I used
and
to
you can
love
hunt
my
those all year
1022.
round. So
What?
you can hunt them all year round.
I know, but I'm seriously. I might. We'll see. Well, I might have to look when I get these ammunition rounds in or all this stuff in, and see where I'm at money wise. I may go buy one just because it'd be awesome.
I love my 1022. I need one now. I don't have one.
I've got 3 of them, 3 1022s.
I don't have one.
And then, I think I've got 7 22s in total, but 3 of them are 1022s
They are
in different
workhorses,
versions.
man.
I have collector's edition, and
So how cool would this for that running gun? I should tell Eric about this. If he's taking his boy up there, and he wants his boy to run the rimfire course the next day, and I should tell him about that Ruger Precision 22. That'd be freaking cool.
yeah,
That and that little SR 22. That kid would have a blast.
yeah.
He'd be grinning from ear to ear. Maybe I'll do that. My boy will run.
Get him
my
in
boy
the-
will run the big race, and I'll have him run the next race the next
Yeah.
day. That'd be cool. So, anything going on in the news?
Shooting.
Well, you haven't talked much today, man. Tell us all about that.
I don't know anything about it, man.
Would you not, watch the news? I know you watch the news.
I do watch the news, but I don't really know too much about it. Some guy went in there and was hating on some Jews and shot up a synagogue, and we don't really know what's happening.
It can happen anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, all the news comes out; it's all slanted, and everybody's trying to get their agenda in and their angle, and we have no idea. We have no idea about this guy.
Right.
I think it was. I mean, I don't want to get political, but I think it was really poor taste that when Trump went to that synagogue
That lady screamed at him.
the screaming, and there was protesters, saying "get out of our city" and everything. I mean, they preach tolerance and everything, but they're not being really tolerant.
The left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Not the Jewish people.
No,
The
no,
left.
no, yeah.
The left.
Yeah.
So-
But yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of the Jewish community is starting to take up firearms and take classes and
Right. There
and
was
get involved.
There's one article on this guy said he wouldn't go into he was like high up in the religion doing something, but he said he would never go into another church, another synagogue, another anything without a firearm with him.
Mm-hmm.
Which that was a pretty profound statement, really.
You shouldn't.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
I take one everywhere with me.
yeah. If I go to church, I have one with me.
Well, and then here, just locally, somebody threw some bricks through the Islamic Center again,
Right.
which they're trying to, bring that up as a hate crime, which I don't know if there's any way to prove that that's,
No, but it's happened 2 or 3 times.
it has. Yeah.
It's kind of a history there.
There is a history of it, so
I'm sure our DA's all over it. All over it. Because that's just the kind of guy he is.
But carry anywhere that you can. So I've got some sad news. I'll be honest with you. I have not been, because I've been doing these shorter runs. I have not been carrying my gun when I run. It's becoming a real problem for me.
Uh-oh.
I know.
are you having withdrawals?
I kind of feel like I need to have my firearm with me, but I haven't been wearing my full hydration vest deal, and so I don't have a pocket for it. And my other little holster, it still works pretty good, but it starts to freaking rub on you a little bit. It starts to, when you're running, a lot of stuff like moves against your skin. I don't know. I found it. Did you guys see the link I posted of the pack, the chest pack?
Yeah.
No, yes, but I also saw the ankle holster on your arm type deal.
Oh, you saw that?
And I'm
sweet.
still trying to figure out how you would draw that.
I don't know.
It's got to be just some gimmick thing where it's an ankle holster somebody put on their arm.
What you had to do is put it upside down.
It's literally facing completely wrong direction.
Literally looks like an ankle holster someone wrapped around their upper
I'm sure
arm.
that's what it is.
Yeah. Like it's where people are carrying it where they carry their cell phone.
Yeah,
on
on
their
their
Yeah,
arm.
or like their iPod, yeah. Or
Their little
something.
jogging pack or whatever.
Right. And it's just wrapped around their arm.
I know you guys want me to get, you know what? I've got an ankle holster.
I want to see you put that on your arm and then try and draw from that thing.
I might have to see if my gun would fit in there. That one was for my fag.
Well, this guy had a strap around his bicep and had a Desert Eagle in it. I mean,
Yeah.
you're just not getting that out.
Yeah.
I think what he was going for is he just didn't want to get a tattoo of his Desert Eagle on his arm.
There you
So
go.
he just figured, well, this
I'll
is
just
easy.
put one on there. So I don't know. Those little packs are cool. I have a place for my cell phone. You can grab it. You can leave it. What they do, I saw a guy demonstrating a video. You leave the little corner of it unzipped. There's a zipper on either side of it, and if you need it, you just reach in there and just rip. Just kind of stop it open, and then grab your firearm out.
Is it Velcroed or just a?
It's zipper, but it's made for easy access. So there's like a zipper that goes up around, and you just leave the corner of it, kind of just a little bit of it, and you just grab it and then just pull your gun out. So
I see.
thinking about doing that, but I'm thinking it might rub on my
on your nips.
might rub on my nips a little bit. My son was laughing at me this morning when I ran. I asked him. I went and offered him some Band-Aids, and he goes, "What are these for?" I was like, "For your freaking nipples, dude. You're a runner now." And
You can't win a marathon without putting a few Band-Aids on your nipples.
No, you cannot.
Well,
You ever chapped your nipples before, Tarver?
see, the secret to that
He's
is
avoiding the question.
as soon as it starts to rub and irritate, you stop running, and then it's over.
No, you put a little Band-Aids on it
See,
to
you're
begin
trying,
with.
You're trying to go further.
Or I stop and I reach into my pack and I pull out my little squirrel nut butter.
Is it like chapstick or? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm that guy behind the rock that's over there going,
My nips are chapped. I better get my chapstick out.
I don't think that's necessary.
I ran out of Carmex.
I think you're just over there applying chemical to your chest, a lubricant for no reason.
I'm overly enjoying nature. And the freedom of the freedom of the run.
Well, there are people out there marrying trees right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay, didn't know because they are consummating these relationships.
I wonder if
think
that
if you
comes
were
with.
to-
I wonder if that comes with squirrel's nut butter.
It may.
I think if you're gonna cut a tree down, it's probably okay if you hug it first, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll just do that then.
So, anything else in the news, guys? I feel like we're a little. I say this everywhere. I feel like we're a little underprepared today.
A little bit. We got 10,000 people marching towards us right now.
Yeah, we do.
Trump says he's going to send 15,000 troops to the border.
Well, and I don't understand that because, if you got people knocking at your door, you have no idea who they are. You're not going to let them in your house.
No.
So what's the difference? To me, I don't understand this. Like why people are upset that we're not going to allow them in the country. If you're going to do it legally, like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Like thousands and thousands of people before them did.
They called a whole bunch of Democratic senators and or whatever, and congressmen, whatever, talked to him about this early on when it first started, and they all had comments. And as it carries on,
it didn't look so good.
They're not getting here in time, and it doesn't look so good. And so they called all of them back up again, and they only got like 2 to comment.
Well, these people were traveling 2,000 miles. I don't know how we got off in this conversation.
I know.
This is the news. 2,000 miles.
Yeah.
Hadn't lost a pound. Wearing flip-flops. I don't think so.
They just keep stockpiling more ammo, dude. That's making up for the pounds they're losing.
I must be, man. I mean, these guys, 2,000 miles in record time, too. Record time. These guys are knocking down, 100 miles a day. I don't know how good you think you are.
Yeah, not 100 miles a day.
I bet you ain't running 100 miles a day.
I could do like 31 miles in like 9.5 hours.
It would take these people 6 months, and they would be in shape when it was over, and they wouldn't be doing it in flip-flops.
No,
and they wouldn't make it just in time for the election. So,
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. They're from Guatemala, right?
Yeah, and Honduras.
Okay, so just getting into Mexico, wouldn't that just be like better than what they're going through in Guatemala and Honduras and stuff like that?
Well, they're being paid to get here.
Well, that's true. That's true.
The checks are to get here. So, yeah, it's not a real... Mexico even offered them asylum. Offered them all kind of temporary benefits and all this stuff. Basically, we funneling money to them, say, hey, make it stop. Don't have this get here.
Right.
And but, yeah, they're refusing that, too.
I feel like we need to start another podcast, and it could be Tarver's podcast, and you can use my equipment, and we could be your guest. That'd be freaking awesome, dude. We could talk about all kinds of stuff.
Bigfoot, man.
Sweet.
I'm in.
We'll come back to this later.
Okay.
But so did you get my rifle all clean last week? Or?
No, yeah.
Oh, sweet. I didn't know
I probably
y'all were
should
cleaning
take your
people's rifles.
take your bolt carrier home and
take it.
just clean it all.
You want to tell Tarver how dirty that thing, how clean it was?
You could probably still see some of it. I put it back together.
He was
reluctantly
chipping it off with his knife.
You shot the Desert Eagle.
Do I need to clean it now?
No. Remember, it was like, I don't know, lint and fuzz.
Stuff splattering out of it.
Poof! Looked like you shot a teddy bear.
If you are going to use that, I might swap you out my bolt carrier group.
And I'll just give it back to you when I'm done.
Yeah, because mine's like that nickel boron. And
so what's the
difference?
Explain. Well, I'm a newbie to this. What's the difference between that one and your nickel boron one? And
so the nickel boron one it's got like a
costs more.
Well, yeah, but it's got this real slick coating and nothing really sticks to it.
Oh.
So like even the carbon buildup doesn't really stick to it, and it also kind of
make the whole gun out of that.
Almost self lubricates itself pretty much.
Well, they make the whole gun out of that.
Well, what if I use some squirrel nut butter on that thing?
It might work. I mean, it might be backfire on you though too, and
it'll smell
gum up.
It'll smell nutty.
Yeah, get gummy too.
They're gonna stop you halfway through. You smell a bit nutty.
You can't bring that gun into this. We're peanut free.
Yeah,
we're allergen free over here. So I got to do that, and I got to go. You got to help me find an optic for it.
Well, I'll bring that Viper over for you to use.
Okay.
What kind of AR is that?
Oh, grab it for him. You want to take a look at it?
We're gonna knock mics down and everything else. I can barely get this.
It's not something we don't do every week anyway.
No, just what brand is it?
Palmetto State Armory.
Who?
Palmetto State Armory.
Okay.
Florida.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. I don't know. Think of Palmetto.
Palmetto State is South Carolina.
So, hey, I know. Guess what I'm going to do? I think I am going to buy, I'll have to buy all the parts. I think I'm going to buy some 80%, some polymer 80s.
80% lowers?
Yeah, for the Glocks. I think I'm going to go buy, you can get them for pretty inexpensive. I think I'm going to go buy like 3 or 4 of them. Supposedly it comes with the jig and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was watching some videos on Josh has got me on this freaking Facebook page that Glock snob free only page, or it's literally the name of it.
That's the one he's the admin of.
Yes. And I watch him. The guy put a little video and he's like showing how to like finish these. I think I'm gonna get some.
Yeah, but then you got Glocks.
I know, but they're handguns. I've got 80% lower for my ARs unfinished in my safe. Then I've got handgun lowers that aren't. There's no serial number on them. Those ones, you buy 80% lowers, you finish them yourself. There's no serial number on them. So I don't know. I figured that'd be right up your alley.
Well, then you got a Glock, and I don't necessarily hate Glocks. I just hate Glock.
How many Glocks do you
fanboys.
have? At least 2, right?
One.
Oh, you got the 17.
Yeah.
Did you? He never did one of these brackets.
No, he did not. Did you like our bracket thing last week?
No, I had to skip. I'm like, oh shit, there's a test. I'm not going.
Oh man.
No, I didn't do it. I was.
I got numerous comments about Glock fanboys here, dude.
I was the only one that didn't pick Glock, and I'm the only Glock fanboy. Probably.
Someone sent me something too, and it's like the Glocky Nutty fan club or the Glock Nut fan. I don't know. They're
It's just when it's like Texans. All right. No offense to my Texan friends out there, but the only thing wrong with Texas is all these Texans. Because they, when you know the type, the sun does not exist without Texas to shine on, for it to shine on. Those types, that everything is Texas, that everything is bigger and better in Texas. I'm like, you know what? I've been in Texas. I live right by Texas. Had a family in Texas. Spent years in Texas. It's just another state.
It's just Texas.
It's just Texas.
We've just lost all our Texas listeners.
I'm just saying, you flatten out Idaho. We're bigger than Texas.
There you go.
Well, not only that, if you get into West Texas, I spent a summer in Pecos. Whoo, man, it's not fit for man or beast. Good God, it was 120 degrees out there. No trees, no water, oh man, rough, brutal.
I bet you that'd feel awesome carrying a black gun.
Oh, it's brutal.
Melt
man.
the skin off you.
Yeah, melt it right to you.
They do have beer barns though.
Beer barns?
Yeah, drive through.
Oh yeah, they tried that here once, and it's now like a rental place
Oh,
down
that's
there
by your
by
place,
D&B,
by
yeah.
D&B, yeah.
Yep,
So
it didn't go over too big.
Well, what was wrong with it?
Nobody knew what it was.
Oh,
They weren't from Texas, so
well, you
they weren't from Pecos.
you go to Louisiana and they have daiquiri shops, and
Really?
yeah, you go in there and there'll be 150 daiquiri. Used to be anyway. I don't know if they still have them, but used to. Man, you go in there. It's been a decade since I've been to Louisiana to do this kind of stuff. Yeah, you daiquiri shops, and there's 100 flavors. Give me a shot of each one to taste it.
You were in there for hours.
I'm serious, and they were, okay, no problem. And then what's funny is they give you the daiquiri in a big styrofoam cup, big old styrofoam cup, and then they give you the straw, and you're legal. But if you put that straw in the cup, and it's got a drive-through, and they'll hand it out to you, and it's legal. But if you put the straw in, then it's illegal. I'm like, wow.
So you just pop the lid and sip it that way?
I'm like, it's crazy, man.
we could do a completely different podcast on food and drinks and stuff alone.
And
I'm sure.
Bigfoot.
And Bigfoot. We could have like several podcasts.
It probably cost us $20 to get up and running every month. I'm serious,
Okay,
dude.
here's what you do. When they redesign your web page or your overhauled web page, have them hide a Sasquatch in there. Just secretly hide one in your web page somewhere.
Holding a VP9.
Yeah,
Or no,
PD10.
PD10.
You're not going to laugh if that's what put your chickens in the...
Just like hide it in there, in the background or
in the
something.
shed.
Hey, dude, that's he just solved my chicken problem.
Yeah,
It was Bigfoot.
it was Bigfoot.
It was Bigfoot.
Whole time.
It was the freaking canyon creature, dude. I'm so close.
That's funny. Everybody's got their own name.
I just watched the video from the early 1980s. It's Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, lived down in Devil's Corral. I think it found my chickens
Where's the Devil's Corral at? Is that around here?
below the
Towards
mall.
between Shoshone Falls and Twin Falls.
Oh,
on
see?
on the far side.
north side of the canyon.
Okay. That's
There
funny. Everybody's got their own different
What'd you
name.
get- what-
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. No, that's a different creature.
Okay,
It's
I
the
didn't know.
goat sucker.
What'd you guys call it down there?
I can't
the
remember.
booger man,
No, there's a name
Swamp-
for it, though.
the
It's
swamp.
the grass man.
No. But I can't remember. They got
the swamp ape or whatever.
Yeah,
the
he's-
skunk ape.
Skunk
No.
ape.
Oh, come on. Come up with
No,
the
that was
name.
Florida.
I
wasn't
can't
it?
remember. I had to Google it.
Why do we know all the names?
I know.
I don't know. It's a coon ass name.
The,
So if you Google it, the Louisiana Bigfoot, you can find the name for it.
Okay.
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Okay, we're not shutting down the podcast until we
Until we
find
get
the
this
name.
name.
Look, we're getting some stuff.
Somebody's helping us.
Dude, we've got 3 we've got 3 views all of a sudden. That's the most.
Well,
we've
yeah,
had.
because we're talking about Bigfoot now.
That's right.
I bet they got the name.
So Eric said he wants you to say boudin balls.
Boudin balls. Greatest thing ever.
Speak to us in French again.
Oh.
We haven't done that for a while. Say it again.
Ah.
Say that. Let the good times roll.
Laissez le bon temps rouler. Which ain't really, well, it's like me speaking in German. I mean, it don't quite work.
I think it works. It sounds sultry.
Yeah. Bring it on the salt, baby.
Wait.
Can you find it over there?
Oh no, sultry. I'm going to add sultry to that though.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
and
never
you-
mind. I'm not gonna. I don't know how to spell.
do you
it, so-
remember? Do you
Oh,
remember
the Rougarou.
Rougarou. There you go.
Rougarou. Yeah,
the Rougarou?
How in the world did you find that, or did you remember it?
I remembered it. Like
Oh.
I started looking through it, and I'm like, wait a second, it's a Rougarou.
What me and Mark do in our off time is our
Rougarou.
own business.
That ain't even a real name. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Say it with like an accent.
I don't know how.
Is that a French name?
Da Rougarou.
Yeah, that's Cajun. That's Cajun, right?
the Rougarou.
Careful over there for that Rougarou.
Oh,
Like
Yeah,
watching
Rougarou. I'm like, that
I'm
ain't
gonna
even a
title
good
this
name.
one like
The Rougarou.
handguns, synagogues, and the Rougarou.
Somebody's gonna take that as a threat.
Probably.
He's gonna have you on a watch list.
Oh, jeez.
He's threatening the synagogue.
You guys got anything else, man?
I'd just like to like his opinion on high points. I
Well,
just
hey,
wanna-
well, just a minute. Let's.
Yeah, okay.
You go to reader.
Oh crap!
You know, I don't remember
Yes.
what my opinion was. I forgot what I
I
said.
wrote it down right here. Those two. words
Okay.
right there is
So
what
where
you
can we're listeners? We value our listeners. We value our subscribers. You need to share this with your friends. We need to get our subscriber numbers up if we can. I appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Tell them you have a good time. Tell them you learn lots. Today you learned about.
Rougarou.
That's right. So have them find it, and if you're on iTunes or whatever podcast app you use, go on there, rate and review. We like 5 stars. Helps us out. The more stars we get and the more reviews we get, it actually keeps us up in front of people and moves us up the line and more visible for people to find us. So if you could do that, that would be great. And we got some other information over here.
I wondered how that worked.
Yeah,
It keeps it up there. That's good.
we're way down here, by the way.
Yeah, wherever we're at. But yeah, if you do want to comment or have any questions or anything like that for the podcast, remember to call the podcast hotline. The number is 1208-696-4397. You can also reach us at email which is patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. And like Todd said, make sure you share this and tell your friends and family and everything.
And I'll let you guys know when the new website is up, and you can go and check it out because I'd love to get a bunch of views right off the get-go when we get that thing up and rolling. That would
See
be
if anybody can find that hidden Bigfoot.
That's right. And other than that, it's dark outside. Don't forget to set your Glocks back tomorrow.
Move.
And we leave you with Tarver's final thoughts.
Oh, yes. A quote from me earlier that was so good it got written down, and I was asked to repeat this for everyone. He's talking about the high point with its simplicity and elegance. And everybody laughed at me for that. But in a way, it works.